What's up, guys? Good morning. What's up, guys? Good morning. So I'm watching, let me see. There wasn't a ton of stuff that I actually liked this morning, but I'm watching iTech, EXFO, NLNK, I'm gonna watch ATRS to see if it reverses. See if ARDX holds this gain. ZN as well to see if ZN picks up. Maybe ECYT. And so I'm still looking for some other stocks, but we'll see what they do. Good morning, Dave. So I'm still building my watch list, but those are four I'm watching right now: ITEK, EXFO, NLNK, and ZN. I'm also watching PLOA, but it doesn't have that much volume. But it's over the high of yesterday. So we'll see what this one does as well. It's at 670 now, but we'll see. It's over the gap from yesterday, so we'll see if it has a big push. So my favorite right now is probably ITEK. But I don't like this big flag, these two down flags, these bear flags right here. I don't necessarily like those. So we'll see if it can push back up and break 4 and hold this time. EXFO needs to get some volume. The volume needs to pick up here. So we'll see what that one does as well. I just know it needs some volume in my opinion. We'll see. NLNK I like. It's a little bit more expensive, but I like it better than some of the other ones. It's holding over 12. And moving a little bit in after hours. So we'll see what those do. What's up, guys? So what's the picture quality look like? Everything look good? Everything sounds good too? Let me know in the chat. Everything sound good in the chat? Everything clear? Let me know if y'all can hear me. ITEK still moving. Let's check out the daily on this one. So I actually like ITEK if it can break over here at 361. Has all this room right here. So a lot of room if it can break over 361. Let's see where it's at now. So if it can hold over this 361 point, it has some room, especially if it can hold over this 415 point. So we'll see what that one does. Everything's good. Good, Graham. Good. I'm also going to watch BIOA to see what this one does as well. It's a little bit cheaper of a stock, but it's gapping up a little bit in after hours and pre-market. And if it can break over 67. It has a little bit of room. Good morning, Fiaz. I want to see EXFO's volume pick up a little bit. Hopefully we get a little bit more volume with this one. ANY Dave. Let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, it just needs to hold over this 240 point. This 239, 240 point. We'll see though. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, it had some support here. So that 240 point's the crucial point. We'll see. Let's look at the daily. What's up, Troy? Yeah, we'll see if it starts to reverse. It's got a little bit of support here at 215 too, so we'll see what this one does. Check out MARK. Yeah, I do like this one. Nice call, man. I like that one. I didn't see that one. Let's see what the news is on MARK. Let's see if this one's even on UStock. I hope it is. Yeah, this one's on UStock. BTC. Bitcoin. So what's a Bitcoin stock? MGTI, I think, is one, right? Yeah, MGTI is pushing up. What's another Bitcoin stock? I'll have to look up the other Bitcoin stocks. I know MGTI is, I think. Yeah, so MARK's news is Remarks Holdings 3D augmented reality chosen to be core technology behind launch of Cena's Weibo's new mobile application. So basically it got a deal done to where it's the main augmented reality program used in Weibo or Weibo's platform. So that's good news. That's a good news result. We'll see what this one does at the open. I want to see it hold over 4 and possibly break that 431 for the $0.5 break at 450 right here. So I'm going to be watching MARK for sure. BTCS is another Bitcoin stock. I thought about it. I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was. Yeah, that one's running as well. See, if this is a penny stock, most of the time UStock doesn't have penny stocks. Yeah, no BTCS. I could trade it on Robinhood though. I do have 1 or 2 day trades on Robinhood, so I could get in BTCS on Robinhood. So let's see. I heard INFI was pushing up yesterday too. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm going to be watching INFI as well. I mean, it's gapping down, but it held this big push. So maybe a 3rd day push. We'll watch it and see. CryptoChi? You know, I don't know. I missed the boat with the whole Bitcoin thing. I could have bought Bitcoin 3 or 4 years ago for really cheap, but I just never got around to it, and then it pushed up to 4 or 5 grand where it's at now, and I just feel like if I bought it now, it might drop, You know, I don't know that much about it, so I can't really say, to be honest. But I know I missed the boat buying it 4 years ago. You can't trade BTCS on Robinhood either. Yep, you're right. No BTCS. So I can trade MGTI. I can trade MGTI. It's pushing up some. Not as much volume as BTCS. AKER. Yeah, AKER, I like that little push it's having. It's not a huge gap, but it's a decent gap. And we'll see if it can test over this 150 area. Yeah, I could trade MGTI on UStock, so I don't have to worry about that with Robinhood, but okay, so far my list for today is we got ITEK, MARK, AKER, INFI, what else? BTCS, BIOA, NLNK is gapping up some, moving a little bit in pre-market. There's a few others I had on my list yesterday. I'll have to go check out what they're doing at all. I know I'm watching EXFO. It doesn't have a ton of volume though, so we'll see. Let's see, I was watching ZN for a possible move. ECYT, I think it's gapping down a little bit, but maybe it will reverse. ARDX, since it held most of those gains. ATRS, since it's down so much. PAR, ZN. And I think that's it. So this is everything I'm watching today so far. We'll see if we find anything else that's having some volume in pre-market this morning. Good morning, Marwan. Yep, Graham, it's on UStock. See, look. Ooh, looks like I got right out of it. Maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it was a different one. I know it was something GTI. Maybe it wasn't this one. I might have not thought it correctly. It's suspended on it looks like it's suspended. What date was it suspended at? No, I mean, it's been running. It's not available in UStock, I guess. Weird. I'll have to go back and look. I know I got in something a few days ago for that swing trade. I only made like $2 or $3 on it because it just didn't make that big push that I wanted it to. I'll have to go back and check and see which one that was. I can't remember. I thought it was MGTI. Maybe I was wrong. So right, MGT. I remember MGT. Let's see. AKER. INFI. We'll see what INFI does. I'm still watching that one. All right, so we got 30 minutes, guys, till the market open. To check out TWNK. It's gapping down. What else did I have? PAR maybe. ARDX. And SPI. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch SPI. I was watching it yesterday. I ended up getting out of it for a small loss of like $2 or $3 before the end of the day, but I'm gonna be watching SPI as well to see if it makes another push up. You can see here, I was watching it yesterday. It's at 15.5 now, so I'm gonna be watching it to see if it can break yesterday's market high of about 20 cents. So I'm gonna be paying attention to that one at the open as well, probably. GAHC. Yeah, I already have iTech up, Dave. It's up on the top left. It's right here. Yeah, GAHC is kind of a slow grind up. I usually don't mess with ones this cheap though. Usually kind of my limit for really cheap stocks is 10 cents. So it's got to be at least 10 cents for me usually. I do like this setup where it picks up a lot of volume and, you know, starts pushing up towards the end of the day right before the close, but it's just at 2 cents now, and so, you know, I'm just not used to doing it. A huge push though for a cheap stock like this. iTech starting to give it up. It's right over 350 now. We'll see if iTech can hold. ATRS. Yeah, big violent gap down for ATRS. We'll see if it can pick up some and start pushing that 250 area. Has a little bit of room if it can break over 250. And then $3, it has more room, so we'll see what that one does as well. Alright, so everything I have up on my screen is ITEK, MARK, NLNK, AKER, INFI, BIOA, ATRS, GAHC, SPI. Alright, so I want to see MARK hold over $4. That's really what I want to see it do, and I want to see it break this 420 and 430 area at the open. And if it does that, I might hop in it. It's up about 25%, so we'll see what it does and if it holds over $4. Good morning, Ali. What's up, guys? So if you want to do your most to help support us, make sure you hit that like button next to this video. We really appreciate the support. Any now at 259. Yeah, it just doesn't have that much volume. It had a little bit of volume before close, but you can see in after hours, the volume has just been pretty slow. Not a ton of volume. Good morning, Team Blue. I'm curious whether UStock even has GAHC on it. No. No GAHC. Not on UStock. Okay, so we'll see if ATRS can reverse. MARK needs to hold over this point right here. This just needs to hold over this 350 area. NLNK needs to hold over 12. AKER needs to pick up a little bit of volume and just try to make this push over 150. I really like it if it can break this 150 area, because it's two setups going on at the same time. It's the break of the pre-market high as well as the break of the half dollar. And so I'm going to be watching AKER over 150 to see what that one does. ATRS starting to push up. Slowly picking up a little bit of volume for a push up. We'll see if it can hold and keep pushing up over this 250 point, maybe at the open. INFI is moving up too a little bit. So we'll see if this one can make that 350 push and hold over it. Kind of like CDXS here. So CDXS had a big volume spike towards the end of the day, starting at about 2:30 market time, and started making this big push up. It's right at $8 now, and so I'm going to be watching it to see if it can hold. No volume though, so that's one of the problems with it. We'll see. Good morning, HR. iTech, ACRX, NLNK. TNDM. Yeah, we'll see if it can reverse. Yeah, I forgot about HMNY. I'm just looking at this watch list HR just sent us. Yeah, I forgot about HMNY. I don't know if y'all remember the stream yesterday, but I said I thought this one was going to wash out yesterday morning. And it definitely did. You can see it's down. It dropped about $10, you know, so 33% from where it was. And huge drop, and it's down some more in after hours. So this one had its first red day in a long time. That's ultimately why it dropped. But it also its first red day in like 4 days, and so it needed a big pullback, but this was a huge pullback. This thing is up from 250 about a month ago, and so that thing needed to come down some, I guess. See ya, HR. And so we'll see what those do. I'm probably not going to get in HMNY. It's too risky. I just don't like it. It's a little bit too sketchy of a stock for me. Right now, at least. Mark dropped under $4. It popped right back up over. Now at 404. Let's see. I can't remember which one I looked at earlier on Thinkorswim. Let me try to find it. I know I looked at one earlier. I can't remember which one I looked at. It was pushing up and it was right at $8. Gonna watch ORPN too. See if we can push over 3. I want to see MARK hold over 4. We'll see what it does. I want to see iTech hold over 350. AKER starting to fall down a little bit. It's down to 124. Big red candle. About a 10-cent drop. So we'll see if this one can hold over this 122 point. Especially over $1 as well. So we'll see what that one does. What's up, guys? Nice trade, Dave. Thanks, Team Blue. Appreciate it, bro. You said Tops is delisting, NG. See, I remember Tops. Tops used to be a big runner. Oh, yeah. Nice call out. I didn't even see this one. See, it's still really risky if it's delisting, though. I mean, it's going to make what it has to stay over $1 probably to stay listed, and so it's going to try to make a push before $1 is usually why they spike like that. It's usually just pumps from people trying to keep them on one of the main markets instead of going to the OTC world. It's usually what happens. SONS. Yeah, so I'll watch Tops too. Really risky though. Oh yeah, SONS looks good. I'm running out of room on my list though. I got 10 screens up. All of them are in use. I gotta find something to take away. I guess I'll take away ARDX and add SONS. Got NLNK up. Alright, so I'm watching iTech, MARK. I don't like this washout by iTech under 350. We'll see if it can hold right there. AKER, although I don't like this drop on it as well. NLNK, BIOA, INFI, ATRS, SONS, SPI, and a few other ones. All the shipping stocks, Ali. Let's see. There's Dries. That's the main shipping stock. It's not up very much. There's Ship. Ship's up a little bit. I'm just trying to think of any other shipping stocks that I can remember. Tops. I'm trying to think of shipping stocks. I don't think that's one. I there's tops, ships, dries, GLBS. Yeah, just not that much volume. It's right under $1. And so we'll see what that one does. Let's see what else is moving. Yeah, that's about it that I see so far. Unless the only thing, sometimes I miss out on the cheaper stocks. So we'll see what that one does, or what those do as well. I'll have to find them and see if they're moving. Yeah, I'm looking up the news on TOPS's delisting. Notice. I'm trying to read up on this tops delisting. Interesting. So we'll see if it makes another big push at the open and tests $1. We'll see. So it looks like MARK is finding a little bit of support at $4. We'll see if it can hold. This one's up about 33% from yesterday's close at $3. Or about 25%, I'm sorry. This one's up 25% from yesterday. We'll see if iTech can hold as well. Roca and CLSNNG. Yeah, the thing I like about Roca is that it held that big push it had, and it's also actually up a decent amount. And so I'll watch this one at 255 to see if it can break 250 and 255 and see what that one does as well. So you said CLSN. Yeah, we'll see if CLSN can rebound and hold 5. It's down the last 2 days, gapping down a little bit in after hours from 515. And so we'll see what that one does as well. Yeah, we'll see what I'm watching NLNK for that 1264 pre-market high break. Same thing with MARK. I want to see it break 430 so I can test that 450 area. iTech, I'm not a big fan of iTech anymore after it's given back a lot of this big push up to 4. And so we'll see if it can hold over 350 and possibly make a comeback, but it's far less attractive than some of these other ones, in my opinion. INFI is up to 330s, and so it's down some in after hours and pre-market, but we'll see if it can rebound and break this 389 after hours and pre-market high. Also watching BIOA, want to see it break 67 cents. Want to see if it can break this high at 67 cents, or this 67 pre-market and after hours high. Watching tops after it's up like this. So we'll see if it can hold this big push and keep pushing up. Got to be careful with that one. Watching SPI, see what that one does. Ended up selling, could have held it as a swing trade, but I got out almost even. I got out with like a $1.50, $2 loss. It's at 15.10 now, and so we'll see what that one does. ATRS, I'm watching for a possible reversal after this big violent drop. It's at 226 now. We'll see if it can break this 250 area. If it breaks this 250 area, it's got some room, and so we'll see if it can push up and fill some of this gap. We'll Watching SNOS, not a ton of volume in after hours, but it's moving some nonetheless, and it's gapping up about $1. And so, you know, not a bad push from SNOS. We'll watch that one. And I think that's it. So, we'll see what else is moving. PZRX. BIOA's got a 6 million float. Let's see how much its range was yesterday. Yesterday, its range was about 10 cents, which isn't a bad range. Maybe 11 cents yesterday. 12 cents, 54 to 56 or 66. So a 12-cent range. So that's not too bad for a cheap stock. PZRX, Troy. I do like PZRX. It's gapping up a little bit, moving a little bit in after hours after low volume yesterday, which is like what I like to see. It's testing that 150s area, so we'll see if that one can hold, but I'll probably let this one take the place of INFI and let it run with let's see if those two can run. MARK's testing that pre-market high area. I would actually prefer this one to not break it yet, so it'll give me that opportunity to trade the pre-market high break at the open. And so we'll see if it breaks it early. I'd rather it not. If it breaks it too early, I'll probably just, you know, this is the way I go about it. I look for the pre-market high break, and if it breaks that before the open, I usually look for that first 1 minute pullback. And so we'll see what it does. I would prefer the pre-market high break here at 430, so I'd rather it not break that. But it looks like it's testing it right now, so we'll see. Nice trade, Dave. Good morning, Andre. Yeah, Mark's testing that pre-market high. Like I said, I would prefer it not to do that and just wait for the open, but we'll see what it does. If it does it too early, you can always get in on the first 1 minute pullback, but I would prefer the pre-market high break at the open. I like that a little bit better, so we'll see what it does. Alright guys, 5 minutes before the open. If you like these streams and like seeing this pre-market watch list and like seeing me trade live at the open, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the like button for this video. It does a lot to support us and we really appreciate it. Hopefully today goes well with UStock. We'll see. I'm curious about what TOPS does. It's at 80 cents now, so we'll see if it can hold. Usually we get a few big pushers on Friday, so we'll see if we get some big volume come in today. So BIOA starting to push up a little bit too. Alright guys, we got about 3 minutes till open. Nice trade, Dave. Good job, man. Alright guys, good luck. Good luck at the open. Remember, be selective and be disciplined. Even if I'm not, so don't do what I say, not what I do. PZRX just broke that $1.50 area. I'm going to be watching that one for sure. Good call out, Troy. UStock killed you on AKER. Did you have trouble with fills and stuff? We'll see. Yeah, I'm watching PZRX for that 164 pre-market break. There goes MARK. It just broke over that pre-market high. See, I wish it didn't. I mean, it shows strength, so don't get me wrong, but it just broke over it. And so I'd rather it wait until the open to do that, but oh well, it's still pushing up nicely. NLNK is getting a late push in pre-market as well, up to 1250. Thanks, Dave. You too, man. Hopefully we can all make some money. Looks like PZRX got rejected at that 150 area. We'll see if it leaves us that opportunity to trade it at the open. Thanks, Dave. You too, man. All right, so NLNK, PZRX, ITEK, MARK is pushing up. Get my screen ready for MARK. We got about 40 seconds. All right. Good luck, everyone. Good morning, Kurt. Okay, so we got 5 seconds. Let's hope everyone makes some money today. Watching PZRX to see if it breaks that pre-market high. It did. All right, I'm in PZRX. Horrible fill. I don't like that candle. I'll try to hold this one a little while, let it work for me, but I don't like that. Everything else is giving it up. It looks like BIOA broke over that after hours and pre-market high. Here we go. PZRX pushed up nicely. Let's see if we can get another big push and hold. Yeah, I don't know if I like that candle. Trying to give PZRX a little bit of time to work with me to test $2. We'll see if it makes that push up to it. Nice. Let's see if it keeps going. Back down to 78. iTech maybe a washout long setup here. We'll see what it does. Trying to give PZRX a little bit of time. We'll see. BIOA is pushing up nicely. That sucks, Andre. Try to let PZRX work for me. I don't know if I like it though. We'll see what it does. I want to see it push up and test $2. If it can't and drops below this 160 area, I'm out. I want to set a stop loss at 160. We'll see what it does. Got a little bit of room. Try to let it work for me a little bit. iTech's kind of having a washout long setup here. There we go. I got stopped out of PZRX. Yeah, it just couldn't work. Let's try iTech. BIOA gave most of it back. At least you didn't lose money, man. Everything's moving a little slow in the market. Looks like BIOA starting to give it up. BIOA starting to wash out. It's a long 2 wicks here. Watching iTech to see maybe about the first 1 minute pullback. See if it holds over that 350 area. That's where I'm curious with that one. Let's see if anything else is moving. LBIX is pushing back up. Check out LBIX, guys. Wow. Really big push on LBIX. Try to hop in at that first pullback on LBIX. See, I got a really good fill on UStock with LBIX right there. Let's see if it keeps pushing back up. iTech looked like a good entry after that first 1 minute pullback. You see ITEK here. Looks like I missed the boat on PZRX. It's just not doing what I wanted it to. There goes iTech. Ooh, I don't like that drop on LBIX. We'll see if it holds over 2. Might be time to get out if it breaks down and doesn't hold 2. Down to 192. Oof, don't like that drop. Definitely don't like that on LBIX. Gonna give it a little bit of time to see if it reverses here and pushes back over $2, but that's a big pullback. We'll see what it does right here. There we go. Broke over 2, back up to 209. That's just such a big pullback on LBIX. I'm probably playing with fire holding it here. BIOA, big washout. LBIX is trying to rebound, but we'll see. If it drops below 2 again, I'm probably going to hop out of this thing. TOPS is kind of having a washout long setup. Try to give it a little bit of time. There's a push on LBIX. Back up to 215. I just don't like that first big pullback it had. We'll see if it reverses and keeps heading up and tests that 229 high. And so, I mean, my entry wasn't bad for UStock. I got in and I was already up $2 whenever I got in. And so we'll see what LBIX does. We'll see if it can break this previous resistance it had here at 218. There it goes, testing that. To 219, up to 220. It's trying. Working with me a little bit here. There we go. 240. Go ahead and exit there for a $14 profit, $12 or $14 profit, and so I am up about $7 on the day. I let it work for me a little bit with LBIX and it worked out. Probably could have held a little bit for that push, but we'll see if it tests that 250s area. I got in at about 207, got out at about 235, 240, and so made $13, $14 on it. See, that was a really good fill on LBIX. So I was lucky there. I hit the buy button at about 207, and before it showed up on my screen, it was up to 214 and 215, and I was up $2 already on UStock. So it was a decent fill for me. Not a bad fill. Was definitely nervous with this big drop right here, but I knew sometimes, just like sometimes it fakes out when it pops over the whole dollar, sometimes it fakes people out when it drops under it and people start to short, and then it reverses like that. And so that's ultimately why I held. I got out at 235. Its high was 242. It dropped back down. So this is a really tricky one, guys, so be careful with it. But I was able to make a little bit of money. Yeah, Andre, it's not that bad, you know. Like, if you saw that last trade, Andre, when I got in LBIX, I hit the buy button at like 207. And by the time it showed up on my screen as executed, it was the LBIX was already at 214 or 215. And I was already up about $2 or $3. And so that was a decent fill on UStock, honestly. That was nice, though, to be able to bounce back from that first PZRX trade. Up about $6 on the day after calculating it, which is okay. That's a decent amount for me. I'm happy with it. We'll see if I can find something else to get into. I was watching tops for a possible washout long setup, but it got rejected here at that previous high at 81 cents. And so we'll see if it can push over 8 and start running up. CLSN, nice job, Dave. Yeah, ZNGA, I hate stocks like this that usually they're really high float stocks that have these type of patterns where it just bounces back and forth. And so we'll see what it does. I don't know if I necessarily like that one. Tops is starting to wash out and test that area. Let's see what else is moving. A lot of stocks washed out at the open, so I was lucky to get in one of the ones that made this big push up with LBIX. We'll see though. You see these big long up wicks right here? I don't like those. That means it has selling pressure. Same thing with here. This means it has buying pressure. You see these big up wicks here. And so we'll see what this one does. It's going to test that 240 area sometime today. You know, at least in my opinion, it is. I think it being so close to that 250 area, it's got to test it. It might test it right here on this push. I like that last green 1 minute candle on LBIX, so we'll see what it does. If you like a little bit more expensive stocks, NTNX is running a little bit. Very low volume, but it's pushing up nonetheless. There goes LBIX to test that 250 area. It might bounce up to 250 and then come right back down for a second, so be careful. Or it might just blow over it. You can never really tell, but definitely got some upward momentum here on LBIX. There's that 250 test. Touched 250, broke over it. Looks like a good setup. Be watching this one. Might get in with a smaller share size on this push. We'll see if it can hold over 250. That's ultimately what I wanted to do. Didn't pull the trigger on it, but it's starting to push up. We'll see if it starts pushing up to that 260 area. There it goes. And so this is a nice mover today. This is probably one that most people are trading today, LBIX. Good morning, Robert. S&P not helping. Yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, the SPY's up some from yesterday. The SPX, the S&P, yeah, it's down a little bit after this gap up from yesterday for the SPX. We'll see what this one does. I'm watching LBIX to see if it bounces down, tests that 250 area as support, and then continues pushing up. BIOA's kind of want to come back here. So we'll see what that one does. Alright, so the crucial level with LBIX, guys, is this 240 area. We'll see if it can hold over this 240 area and keep pushing up. NTNX is starting to move up really nicely if you're into the more expensive stocks. Yeah, we'll see what it does, Dave. There's no telling. Thanks, Robert, man. Yeah, I noticed it right when it was starting to push up about here on LBIX, right about $2. I got in at 207 right here, held through this big wash right here, this big pullback, but I was able to ride it up to about here, 235 right here. So at the very top of this wick is where I sold. I got executed at about $13 or $14. I'll have to go back and check. But I did have a losing trade this morning as well on PZRX. And so I'm up about $6 on the day. It's not a huge gain, but I've gone over, you know, my mentality with trading before. My view is that LBIX is pushing up nicely, guys, up to 268. And so it bounced back down. It held that 250 area as support, and then it made its other push. And so that was a good setup. I just missed it. Let's see if it tests 3. Didn't this one run yesterday? Or the day before, maybe? Maybe it was the day before. Let's check out the 5-minute. Yeah, it was Wednesday. So the day before yesterday it ran. You see the high of Wednesday's at 280. And so that's where it got rejected. So let's watch this one over 280. That's the next point I'm watching. So right here. Watch this one over 280. We'll see what it does. PZRX, man, it gave all of it up. It's starting to wash out. Looks like an okay short. We'll see if it tries to test that 150 area for PZRX. 10 million volume. Yeah, Dave. It's definitely on a big run. That next resistance and support line is at 280. And so we'll see what it does. 280 is the high of Wednesday. If you were here Wednesday, people were calling this one out in the chat. And so it was pushing up Wednesday, and it reached a high of $2.80. And so that's where its next resistance line is for LBIX. We'll see if it can push over that and hold. Good morning, Kevin. What's up, man? TWNK. INFI, guys. Yeah, we'll see if TWNK can break over this point right here, this 1240 point. It has some room if it can do that, so we'll see. INFI starting to run too, guys. Possibly reverse here. So we'll see if it can hold over this, possibly break this 350 area, but INFI might be reversing here, so we'll see. TWNK. Yeah, you know, I understand this trade with TWNK. Like I said, man, it's got lots of room if it can break over this 1250 area. It's got all this room right here, and so if it can break over that, it's definitely got some room. See, there goes INFI testing that 350 point. I want to see it break and hold over 350. And especially 260 or 360. We'll see what it does though. Yeah, I noticed the LBIX is starting to drop. It's at 230 now. And so, you know, like I said, it has some resistance up there in the 280s. And so, you know, that was the high of Wednesday. And so it's kind of doing the same thing it did Wednesday. It's pushing up to around 270 and 280, and then it could wash out. And so be careful with it for sure. INFI finally broke over 350. Looks like I missed it though. Watching INFI. Yeah, big drop on LBIX. We'll see if it can hold over 250 and keep pushing up, testing that 280 high. That's really what I'm curious to see if it does. I'm not going to touch it until then. It's a little bit too risky until then. I can't short on UStock, and so, you know, I'm not going to short it. So the only thing I can really do is go long, and I don't like it until it breaks over 280, holds it as support for that test of $3. Until then, I don't like it. I'm just going to wait and watch it. INFI up to 360. There it goes. I like that 360 break. Might get in on this first 1 minute pullback right here on INFI. If it can hold over 350, set a stop loss at a very safe $3.48 maybe. With a small share size. Gonna let it pull back a little bit though and use that 350 area as support if it can. And then I might hop in it after this first pullback. We'll see. LBIX is trying to hold. It's trying to hold over that 240 area, guys. So we'll see what it does as well. Patiently watching INFI to see what it does here. Yeah, I'm watching this INFI pullback. I just want to see it hold over 350, use it as support maybe, and then keep pushing up. Testing, it had some resistance at the 360 area. You can see here, this is where that resistance was at 362, and that's right where it got rejected at. And so I want to see it break over that. It's got a decent amount of resistance here though, and so it doesn't have a ton of room unless it can break over 370, to be honest. And so we'll see what it does. If I do get in, it's going to be a small share size, and then I may add if it gets up to that $4 area or up to that 380 area. We'll see though. It's breaking under 350 now at 347, so we'll see what it does. LBIX is starting to make another push up. Broke over 250s again. Like I said, I'm not going to touch this one until it possibly breaks over 280 where that previous resistance was, just because it doesn't have a lot of room until it breaks that. I could, Robert, I haven't used SureTrader. The biggest thing with SureTrader is those fees. The monthly fees to have their platform and everything is like $150 a month. You know, they make you pay for level 2. They make you pay for all that stuff. And now I suppose I could get SureTrader and just do what I'm doing now with Thinkorswim and just use it for charting in level 2. So that's an option. I'll think about that. Watching LBIX to see if it can hold. CUR might be running up too, so keep an eye on CMR. There's the push back on INFI. I may get in it here. Set a small stop loss. Gotta watch for a double top on this one. Still waiting. That's a long upwick right there on INFI. I don't know if I like that. We'll see. LBIX starting to wash back out. Still hesitant about INFI. CUR, guys. See if CUR tests that 150 area. Yeah, if I get in INFI, I'm going to wait for it to test this 363 area, this 362 area before I hop in. But CUR, guys, is starting to push up a little bit, so keep an eye on that one. Yeah, see, INFI dropped out below 350 again. We'll see if it holds this 345 level. That's the key support level here. So we'll see if it can hold that. Check out CUR, guys. It's pushing up nicely. Testing that 350 or that 150 area. So keep an eye on CUR. RGSE, Dave. Oh, wow. I didn't even see that one. Nice call, Dave. Good call out, man. I might hop in CUR right here with 50 shares. Gonna wait to see what this next candle does. Looks like INFI couldn't hold that 350 area. Yeah, watching CUR. See if it can hold over 150 to possibly make another big push. The volume's increasing on it for sure. SRAX. Yeah, SRAX had a nice push. It's having a lot of downward pressure here, so we'll see if it holds over this support line right here at 325, 326. We'll see what it does there. That's kind of the key level. Right here. Looks like it broke under that, so that was the key support and resistance level here at 325, 326, and so I don't know if I like it. LBIX is starting to push back up, testing that high of the day. Yeah, it dropped under 321. I don't know if I like that one. But check out LBIX, guys. It's starting to push up. There it goes. LBIX broke the high of the day. Looks like it's going to keep pushing up. We'll see, though. Definitely a little bit more risky of a move. Looks like it's going to pounce back up and test that 280 area. So check out LBIX, guys. No, it's only $2, Andre, so small loss. Sorry to hear it, but could have been worse, I guess, huh? Still watching LBIX to see if it makes another push. Check it out on the 5-minute. Yeah, it could be the first flag on the 5-minute chart. 5 minutes a pretty chart on LBIX, you can see here. A little consolidation and a pullback, and then we'll see if it pops back up. Check out the 2-minute. 2 minutes a little bit uglier. So we'll see. Got to be careful with LBIX, but we're watching it. There it goes. Check out the 1 minute. Up to 266. We'll see if it can hold that 260 area as support and test that 280 high of the other day on LBIX. CUR starting to make that push. Wow, look at CASI. It had some bad news, apparently. I hope nobody was stuck in CASI. LBIX testing that high of the day, breaking over, hitting 280. So we'll see what this one does, guys. It's running up a decent amount. LBIX hitting that 280 point, which is the high of yesterday, or high of Wednesday at 280, guys. There it goes. It broke over 280. It's at a new high of the last week. We'll see if it holds. But yeah, guys, check out CASI. I'm going to try to see what the news is on CASI. Watching LBIX, guys, to see if it can push and break that 280 area and hold over it. We'll see. But yeah, check out CASI, man. What a crazy drop. Tops looks like it washed out. Yeah, the crucial level with LBIX is right here at 265. There it goes. So I'm in LBIX on Robinhood actually with one of my day trades with 30 shares. My average cost is $2.80 on Robinhood. So we'll see what it does. Very small share size. I'm going to sell if it drops under that 260 point on Robinhood. Try to give it a little bit of time to work with me on Robinhood. Yeah, Interactive Brokers, you said? Interactive Brokers apparently is an awesome broker. I've never used them because they do abide by the PDT rule, but apparently they're an awesome broker. Interactive, they're one of the best. I know a lot of people, a lot of the big time traders definitely prefer them, and so they're a decent broker. Never used them, heard great things about Interactive Brokers, and so we'll see. One day I'll use them one day if I get my account up to over 25,000. So we'll see what they do. We'll see how they are one day when I get my account up to that much. But TOPS is falling down, guys. Hope nobody got caught in it. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and get out of LBIX here for a $4 loss. Let me see. $3 loss. So I got out at my stop loss in 260. And so overall, $3 loss on Robinhood. I'm not upset with it. It messes up my beautiful chart on Robinhood, but Robinhood, my account's so small, I kind of just play around on it to see if it works. ARGS, Dave, and iMuck. Yeah, really cheap stocks. Not a ton of volume these last few days. They might get another push. I know these are both former runners for sure. They both ran a decent amount in the past, and so we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm still watching everything. Haven't gotten in anything since my first LBIX trade. Up about $6, maybe $7 on the day. And so a winning day so far, very small winning day. We'll see if I find anything else to get into. Still green, Andre, on LBIX. Nice, Dave. Good job, bro. Great work, man. CARG is starting to run up some. SBI fell down. ATRS starting to come back maybe. Very slow mover. SONS. Let's see. CLF, guys, is pushing up nicely. CLF just broke over that 750s area. A little bit smaller range for a little bit higher price stock in the $7, but it's pushing up really nicely. Had a beautiful flat top breakout right here at 749. And so, you know, maybe a little triangle formed right here. And so, nice pretty breakout on CLF. CDTI as well, guys, is pushing up. CDTI. Nice run up to the $2 area. It's an energy stock or a gas stock. So check out CDTI, guys. It's up to 190. It had a nice little flag pattern. The volume's picking up on CDTI. So check that one out. That one's moving. Nice job, Troy. Good job, man. So check out CDTI, guys, making this big push. But check out CDTI, guys. We'll see if it can break over $2. It needs a little consolidation here before it makes that push. As long as it holds over this $1.84 area, I think we're good with it, but we will see. I'm not an investment professional, just stating my opinion. So we'll see if it can hold over this point right here. That's the key level for it. It's having a big pullback here. Volume picked up. We'll see if it tests that $2 area. CLF's having a pullback as well. Yep, Andre, CDTI. That's what I've been calling out. Looks like a decent play. It just needs to hold over this 184 area. That's where I'm watching it for, to see if it pushes $2. Got rejected hard at this 199 point, and so we'll see what it does. Thanks, Dave. I try, man. I try, you know. Like I said, the key support levels here at 184. We'll see what it does if it breaks over 2. There it goes. It's got a little bit of resistance at 2, but if it can break 2, it has some room. Gonna watch it. Gonna patiently watch CDTI, see if it pushes. Here's a pullback. We'll see if it can hold that 185 and 184 point. That's the key level. And so we'll see if it can hold over that. If it drops below that, in my opinion, it's a little bit more risky. So we will see. It's at 188 now. And so we'll see if it can keep pushing up. You see it's bouncing right off of that key support level, like I said, at 185. And so you see this, it was resistance here, it turned into support here. And so we'll see if it can hold over that and make that push for $2. That's what I'm watching it for now. See if it can hold over that key support level and possibly push and break $2. If it can get over $2.03, which is where its next resistance was, you know, especially that 199 point as well, it has a little bit of room up until 250, and so we'll see. You can see the daily chart is what I'm looking at to determine that. If it can break over this level right here, this $2 level, it has some room up until the 220s. And so a little bit of room. Still watching. It's holding support, building up some consolidation so it can test $2. Swing trade, Dave, on CDTI. I do, Kevin. I think if limit orders, see, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with limit orders on UStock. The problem is that when you trade momentum stocks, a lot of times your limit orders aren't going to get hit. You know, when I traded on Thinkorswim, my limit orders weren't hit a lot of the times, but all I had to do was to cancel a limit order is to click my hotkey on Thinkorswim, and my limit order would be canceled and I could put out another limit order immediately. The problem with UStock is that when your limit orders don't get hit, it takes at least 10 seconds to go to your transaction list, click cancel, confirm canceling the limit order, and then placing another one. And by that time, the stock can be going in the completely opposite direction you were looking for it to do, right? You know, the opposite direction of where you wanted to take your profits. And so the problem with UStock is not with its limit orders not getting hit, because they never get hit. A lot of times they don't get hit on other brokers too. And so that's not necessarily the problem. The problem is it takes way too long to go back and cancel that limit order. You know, and if they just made it so that I could place a limit order quickly and flawlessly and cancel it quickly as well, they would be so much better. But since it takes so long to go back and cancel a limit order, you know, it's just too risky to try to place limit orders. You're going to miss your entries a ton of the time, and you're going to miss the big push because it's going to take you a decent amount of time just to go back and cancel that limit order, if that makes sense. So that's the problem I have with UStock and limit orders. Still, you know, market orders aren't too bad on UStock. They're not too bad. And so I've been using them for the last few months, market orders. But I definitely miss placing limit orders. I never used a market order on Thinkorswim. If you go back and watch my videos when I traded on Thinkorswim, I never used the market order. It was always buying on the bid or the ask. I would never use a market order. And so limit orders are obviously better for traders, you know, especially if the stock has a big spread and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just one of those things. UStock is a great broker so far. You could see today I had great fills and executions on UStock again. And so I can't really complain too much about it. The other day they had some weird stuff. But overall, you know, those are the outlier days compared to the good days on UStock. Most of the time the fills and the executions are decent. At least they have been in my experience. But others have said they aren't. And so you just got to, it's one of those things you just got to try it for yourself. But I think with $1 commission, no pattern day trading rule, you know, and relatively quick fills and executions for the most part on UStock, I overall think that they're a decent starting broker, and I like using them. Eventually, I'd like to get my account up large enough to where I, you know, move up to a little bit more big boy of a broker. But, you know, like I've said a million times, I just want to find consistency first. And if I can do that, I'll be happy. Even if I make small gains, you know, if I can make small profits every day on UStock, I can make large profits on another broker. So it's just about finding that consistency. Alright, so CDTI is at that key support level like I was saying. It's testing that 185 point. And so that's what I'm watching it for. I'm not going to touch it until it does that. CLF is starting to push up, breaking that previous high at 757, although COF's range isn't that big. And so we'll see what that one does as well. AKS possibly having a push breakout. It gapped up a little bit. I missed this one. And so AKS just broke over that pre-market high at 580. It's at 584 now. Watching that one. CLF just broke over that previous high at 756, 757. So we'll see what that one does as well. Still watching CDTI to see if it holds over that key support level at 185. And I hope everybody sees how you kind of calculate those support levels. You know, previous resistance usually turns into support. As you can see here, it got rejected here. There was resistance at 184. Then it bounced over it, had a nice push, and now it's holding it as support. Now, it could still drop under it, but I just hope you see how you calculate that. That's really important for trading. And so CLF starting to make a little bit of a push up to 762. AKS starting to push up as well. Watching that one. Still watching LBIX to see if it holds over this 250 and builds some consolidation and some support here at 250. So we'll see if that one keeps pushing up. Still watching CDTI patiently. It's having a lot of consolidation here, so a lot of indecision here. So we'll see what it does. I'd be careful with it though, especially if it drops under that support at 184. Yeah, Kurt, UStock, if you're a professional trader and you're already profitable and you're a full-time trader, I don't think UStock is necessarily for you. But if you're a new trader and you just want to learn how to trade for cheap and only deposit small amounts and just learn how to trade profitably, I think UStock's the best bet for that. But if you're like a professional broker who's already profitable, I don't think UStock's for you. So, it's all about what kind of trader you are. Alright guys, so look, AKS is starting to push up. It's breaking that 185 area. It broke over that pre-market high at 581 as well as that previous high of the day at 582. And so we'll see what that one does. We'll see if it pushes up. CDTI, I'm still watching to see if it holds that key support level here at 184. It's consolidating nicely, and so it's built some support here at 185 so at that key support level. So we'll see if it keeps pushing up. Also watching CLF. CLF starting to push up after it broke that previous high. It had a flat top breakout or a triangle right here and broke out nicely, held that previous resistance as support here, and then had a nice little push play. So we'll see. LBIX is approaching the high of the day. And so I'm watching that one as well. Okay, I'm actually still in LBIX and Robinhood. I thought I set a stop loss at 260. I'm going to go ahead and record this on my phone so y'all don't think I'm lying about this. But I'm still in it, so we'll see what it does. I'm up $3 right now. Now I'm down 20 cents. And so we'll see if it holds. I guess I should go back and set that stop loss. Where was I setting it at anyway? I could set a stop loss at 250, I guess. Okay, up to 294. We'll see if LBIX tests that $3, guys. I'm just going to set a stop loss for my entry at 280. I'm going to go ahead and sell now, actually at 293. I'm up $3.90. Wait, nope, I'm up $5. I guess I'll hold for this $3 test on Robinhood. Up to 305, nice, up $8 on Robinhood. I'm recording this trade, so I'll upload this trade afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and sell. Oh, I didn't get my sell off. Now I'm only up $4. I'm gonna go ahead and sell now. Oh, I gotta cancel my stop loss. No, that's gonna take too long. Alright guys, let me cancel my stop loss. Alright. And I'm sold. I'm out of Robinhood for I don't know how much I made from that one. I made about $6.90 from that trade on Robinhood. Man, that worked out for me. What's up, Sayhan? Yeah, I'm green today, Sayhan. I just had a $5.90 trade on Robinhood. My first trade was on PZRX, I think. I lost $8 from it, but then I had another profitable trade on LBIX. I got in at I can't remember where I got in. I got in at $2.07 and rode it up for this push here and held throughout this big pullback. You know, I was really scared, but I held it throughout this pullback, and then I rode it up until it broke up into about 245 right here, maybe 246. And so I made about $13 from that trade. And so far on the day, I'm up about $12 if you include my Robinhood trade just now on LBIX. And on that LBIX trade on Robinhood, I set a stop loss, and I thought I got stopped out. And apparently my stop loss didn't get hit on Robinhood because I set a stop limit and it didn't get hit. And so I looked at my phone and it was still going. And so I recorded it just so everybody would see I'm not lying about it. I'm just trying to make up profits. And so I was lucky my stop didn't get hit. I probably should have held, but on my Robinhood account, I have a pretty chart. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Kevin, I only use, I use volume. I don't use any indicators. I just use simple price action, man. I used to use a lot of different stuff. I used to use VWAP, and I'm not against VWAP. I actually like VWAP and tons of different EMAs and all this other stuff. But I found the stuff that works the best for me is just trading off a simple price action. Simple support and resistance price action, and so that's all I use. You can see I'll draw support and resistance lines on my charts, but I don't use anything else except for volume. I don't think you need all that stuff. I've been consistently profitable without using any indicator whatsoever except for my volume meter and simple price action. And so I've been consistently profitable doing that. I just don't think you need to use anything else. I think all the other stuff can kind of make your screen a little bit less organized, and it's hard to kind of tell. There's so many different support and resistance lines and different indicators to use. And so I'm not against people that use them. They're just not for me. And I think every trader should find out what they prefer to use. Just what works best for you. You got to find out who you are as a trader. You can't copy somebody else as a trader. You have to just figure out what works for your personality and, just stick with that. And then, that's how you're going to become profitable. If you try to copy somebody else, it's never going to work. You have to figure out what works for your own personality. You have to figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are and then use that to base your trade plans around, And so that's how all new traders should do it, and that's what I try to do with. I just use simple price action. I don't use anything else, and so, it works for me. Thanks, Sahan. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks, Dave. Still watching CDTI to see if it pushes over that $2 point. It's up to 194. We'll see what it does. You see how much support it found here at this key support level? I drew this before it did any of these, and you can see how much support it found right there, bouncing exactly off of that point. And so that's how you should always calculate your support and resistance, guys. You always base it off of previous support and resistance. And you can see how well it works here. It ended up working out. Not trying to brag, just trying to teach, You can see how well it works here. So LBIX popped over 3, and it looks to be maybe pushing back. DMPI is the one I traded the other day. I was trying to think of it. I thought it was MGTI. It was DMPI. I made like $4 on Robinhood with it. Yeah, just not enough volume for me, Dave. It's just not enough volume. So we'll see if LBIX can keep pushing. So apparently NETE is halted after this big push up, guys. So be careful with this one, but this one's halted right under $5. It'll most likely gap up and resume over $5 as long as it was a simple circuit breaker halt. But yeah, you can see this big push here. So maybe watch NETE if you're into that type of trade. You see, LBIX, this is one of my favorite strategies as well. It's probably the second or third flag, and so it's a little bit more risky, so I probably won't do it. But this is just my opinions on trades. It bounced over 3 and held it as support. I like it if it can break this 315 area to possibly test, but it's already pretty overextended, guys, and so I'd be really, really careful with it. It could always wash out and drop back down below, and so you always want to be careful with it. OPTN's a recent IPO. It opened up this morning, I guess. If you like these little bit more expensive stocks, MULE is starting to test that $23.21 previous high of yesterday. I'm still watching CDTI. It's found a lot of support and consolidated really nicely here over this 184 point. And so we'll see what this one does. CDTI up to 195, up to 196, and so we'll see if it can start making that push right now, guys. Here it goes. We'll see if it can make that push. It's up to 199, guys. CDTI finally making that push that I was looking for. Up to $2. CDTI, guys. We'll see if it can hold over 2. If not, it could be a double top, so be careful, but I'm watching it over 2. There we go, CDTI breaking over $2. We'll see if it can hold over 2. That's the key level. So now instead of this, I'm looking for it to hold over this. And so we'll see what it does now. It popped over 2. 12 trades on LBIX. Nice, Ali. Good job, man. Hey, man, that's an awesome win rate, bro. 11 green, 1 red. Awesome job, man. What's up, guys? Just to let y'all know, if y'all want to do your most to help support this channel, make sure to hit that like button next to this video and subscribe if you want to see this live stream every morning to watch me trade live. I'm wondering when NETE is going to resume. All right, so CDTI broke 2 finally. Like I said, now that key support level is at 199 where that previous high was. And we'll see if it can keep pushing up. Okay, so NETE resumed. Wow, NETE resumed almost $1 over where it closed at. It's at 583 now, guys. So check out NETE. It's definitely a riskier trade, and there's no way I'm getting in it. But if you like this type of thing, check out NETE. Up to 578 now, guys. So a big push. Awesome job, Ali. Great work, bro. So check out NETE, guys, up to $6. Big mover. Big push. up to 624, guys. So NETE is running, guys, up to 620. Huge push after this halt. Look at these 3 green candles, man. Wow. This thing's up $1 since it closed that halt right here at 496. Big drop. We'll see if it bounces back over $6. Looks like it might have some resistance at 6. Yeah, CDTI couldn't hold over 2. It couldn't hold over that previous resistance at 199. And so it's a bummer. I was waiting for it to hold. If it would have held here at 199, I would have gotten in once it broke that 206 point. Bounced right back though, so we'll see if it pushes back up, but I don't like that red candle right here. NETE, guys, up to 632 or 623, reached the high of 647, so NETE is running after this halt, guys, so check it out. CDTI bounced right back over 2. I just don't like this red candle. I don't know if I'll get in it now. We'll see. If it can break 206, maybe. NETE, guys, huge push up to 656. Definitely running big, guys. Be careful in it, though. It probably needs a pullback soon, but huge runner so far on NETE. No problem, Kurt. Glad to help, man. Glad to help. Yeah, I'm still a new trader. I've been trading for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And so, but I took a 6-month break. And so really I've only been trading for about 1 year. But I just try to teach people what I learn along the way, what actually works in my opinion. You know, they got a lot of phony stuff out there online about what works and what doesn't work and all this different stuff. I just try to show people what works for me. You know, and I may use tiny size, but it's not about how big size I am or how much I make. It's just about whether the trades I get into are good setups. You know, that's all it's about. NETE, guys, got halted again, going up at 663. Watching LBIX is trying to find some support at $3. CDTI broke back over 2. So still watching it. But look at all these up wicks here. That means selling pressure, but we'll see. It broke 206. Went right up to 206. A lot of selling pressure. We'll see if it holds. Up to 207, guys. I'm debating on getting in. Looks like a nice flag pattern to push up. There it goes to 209. Got pushed back down. Let's see how it bounces. I'm up about $11 or $12 on the day. And so I'm not going to force anything. I'm just watching. Maybe get in CDTI. It's been a little crazy. Definitely a sporadic stock, so we'll see if it makes this big push up. Let's look at the daily on CDTI. Yeah, it's got some resistance at the 220s, at 221 right there, and so we'll see what it does. Not a ton of room. That's right, Dave. Small wins will one day be big wins. And so all I have to do is find consistency with small sizing. And then one day it's going to be big wins with bigger sizing. And so that's the key to success. It's just trading long enough without blowing up your account to actually learn how to trade the market. And so while I only make small gains every day, you know, today I'm up $12. Yesterday I was up about the same. The day before, I can't remember how much I was up, but I've been having small profits every single day, and so one day those will turn into large profits. I just got to find that consistency. All right, so I'm still watching CDTI. I don't like it as much now. That big red candle kind of ruined it for me right here. But we'll see. If it breaks 209, it might have a little bit of room to 220, but it's just not a lot of room for profits, and I'm not going to take that much sizing. It has some resistance here at 221. And so, You know, it's not a ton of room right now. We'll see what it does. It could break over this 221 point where that previous resistance on the daily chart is. You can see this is that resistance I'm talking about right here at 221. Right here. And so, you know, it has some resistance there. We'll see what it does, and we'll see if it can push up. But I don't like it as much now, especially after checking the daily chart to see that resistance at 220. Alright guys, I'm still watching LBIX. It's holding the support level here now. Right here where their support was. And so we'll see if it can hold and push over 3. It looks like it wants to. It's holding these flag patterns for the most part. It's just had a decent amount of flags. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, this is the third flag on LBIX. You can see here 1, 2, 3 on the 5 minute chart. And so if you've watched any of my lesson videos, the third flag, in my opinion, is always the less reliable. And so, you know, we'll see if it pushes up, but it's a lot more risky to get in on the third flag pattern just because usually by the third flag, it's already a decent amount extended. And so you got to be really careful with the third flag pattern. But I'll watch it anyways, but I'm going to be careful with it for sure. NETE is resumed, guys. NETE, it's up to 750 now, 720. And so a huge runner. I'd be really, really careful with it. There's no way I'm getting in NETE right now after 2 halts. Especially after this big drop. It's going to fill that gap. It's down to 670, 640. So it's dropping quick, guys. So be careful with NETE down to 635. And so be really careful with that one, guys. I'm not messing with it for sure. Too scary for me. Nice, Dave. Small win. You know, we'll see what it does. I don't like that down wick right here, or this down candle, this red candle right here. This one right here on CDTI. It kind of ruined the trade for me. I was thinking about getting in, but since it broke that key support level here at 199, I don't like it as much. Now, it could still run. It only has room, in my opinion, up until the 220s. And so it could still run, but it doesn't have a lot of room. And I don't like that red candle. And so I'll probably stay away from it. I'm up a little bit on the day. I'm not going to force any trades, you know. Crypto, Kevin. I don't know that much about it. I know I missed the boat on Bitcoin. I was going to buy about 30 Bitcoin about 4 years ago. And, you know, I missed the boat with it. That 30 Bitcoin would be worth like over 100 grand now. And so I missed the boat with it for sure. But, you know, I don't know that much about it, honestly. I don't know how to trade it. I don't have a digital wallet. I know it's a tough currency, and I don't really know how to trade it, and so I've just kind of stayed away from it. If I did invest in any cryptocurrency, it probably wouldn't be Bitcoin now, just because, you know, like I said, I don't know much about it, but Bitcoin seems a little overextended, but every time I tend to say that, it always makes another big push. And so, like I said, I don't know that much about it. There's some interesting ones with like Ethereum or whatever they are. And so all the other smaller digital currencies I would be more interested in to see if they make another push like Bitcoin did. But like I said, I don't know that much about them, and so I don't really feel comfortable giving any advice on them. I just don't know enough about them, and I'm not going to try to give you advice for something I really don't know about, you know. We'll see if NETE can flag right here, guys. It pulled back, and now it's pushing back up, possibly testing that $7 area. THC might have a little bit of room right here, guys. If you check out THC, it's starting to push up a little bit, and if it can break, if it can hold, it has some room where it's at now. It has some room until about $13.50. Maybe a little bit of room until $14. And so a little bit more expensive of a stock, but it could have some room here. I'm going to check out CDTI on the 5-minute. So, this one could flag. We'll watch it. Maybe watch CERC to see if the volume picks up a little bit. Still watching CDTI to see if it makes that push. NETE could be flagging here. I'd be really careful with NETE though, just because it's been halted twice already. And you know, if a stock is ever halted more than once during the day, there's always that risk that it's going to get halted and never resume, and you're just going to be down everything you invested in that trade. And so it's a really risky trade. I'm for sure not getting in it, but it is flagging, and so NETE could push up. You never know. Could keep going. It's already up a huge amount though, but watching NETE, guys. But yeah, guys, I think I'm probably about to shut the stream down. It's 10:45 a.m. market time, and so stuff's starting to slow down a little bit. I'm still watching LBIX, watching THC, watching CDTI, NETE, maybe CERC if the volume can pick up, maybe ATRS to see if it pushes up a little bit, but it's moving really slow. And so that's probably it for today's stream, guys. If you want to watch more videos like this and come check out our stream Monday morning at 8:45 a.m., I go over what's moving in pre-market and then I trade live at the open. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and click that like button if you want to help support our channel, and we really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, good luck in the rest of the day and have a good weekend, everybody. Hopefully, we might get a few more setups, and I'll let y'all know and upload that video of the rest of my day if I do decide to get anything else. And yeah, like I said, guys, good luck in the markets tomorrow.